Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 35th episode of PandTha Talks.
That number is cooking up rightly.
Ain't it just?
It's kind of getting scary.
Yeah, 13 subscribers and all, doing bloody well now. Starting to move
Yeah, man.
forward.
Those
I would
poor
just.
souls that have fallen into our
Trap.
talks.
No,
Trap talk, not too much difference.
exactly. I would just also like to say welcome to everyone because this is kind of us rebranding a little. Um, over the past week,
Basically, what he means by that is he got slightly bored, had a little extra time on
very
his
bored.
hands, probably needed a distraction from something that was annoying him or stressing him,
Yep.
and went crazy with some editing.
Yeah, pretty much all of
Yeah,
the
that
above.
sounds exactly like Rory.
So, yeah, welcome to my designed rebrand for some bloody reason. You can already tell from the get go, we've got a brand new setup for the chat. You can now see who's talking.
Yeah, especially once I reconfigured my mic settings.
Yeah, that was a bit awkward. But at least it works.
Well,
Yeah,
we hope.
true. Fingers crossed. So,
Depending if Rory can actually do his job and keep an eye on my microphone. Tell me if
I'm,
I start cutting out randomly.
I will do that, don't worry.
I don't trust you. I never have and I never will.
Of course. But,
Best friends!
but yes, this episode will primarily be discussing Unity and the fiasco that's gone on with that. People trying to compare Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield and criticizing either or for different issues
People
presiding in
will
each.
always try and ruin everything, man.
Oh, 100%. We'll be discussing the Starfield updates to come, where they finally listened to the community.
Oh my god, they do that?
Yeah, I know, right? And finally, we have more information regarding Payday 3, such as their release dates and times,
Wasn't,
and
wasn't
they've
just real quick, isn't Payday a week away?
Payday 3 releases in early access in 2 days' time.
Oh, 2 days. Wow, I didn't realize there was
It
an early access
releases
date.
officially on Thursday next week, on the 21st of September.
21st, I thought it was 23rd. Okay, so it's even sooner than I thought then.
Yeah, gonna be
Cool.
fun.
Well, we can
And
delve into that.
we also have the final bit regarding a update to do with Payday 3 about someone they're no longer working with, which is quite good news actually on gamers'
Oh,
behalf.
we can get more into that very shortly. But let's not get side. Let's try and not get sidetracked like we always manage.
Right. So, first off, I would just like to say a massive thank you to everyone who watched last week's episode. We got 34 viewers on that one, which was fantastic. Honestly, thank you all so much for that. Yeah, as you all know, we've got built up a few decent subscribers now. We're quite happy with that. And the podcast on our regular site is also working.
That's great news.
Yeah, it's got 2 downloads on that. It does seem to be still kicking and going, so yeah, everything's working fine there. Since last week, though, I should probably just add this. When we gave the person who won the giveaway came to us and actually reached out because YouTube was being YouTube and buggy, and decided it did not want to basically let his comment go through. So we had to. He reached out to me on Twitter, confirmed his identity, and we added him on Discord. We both spoke to him briefly over text chat. And since then, Panda reminded me I started creating a Discord server ages ago, which is where we're recording this. For the first time, we are using our Discord server.
I know, like you made it, and we just did absolutely nothing with it. I
Yeah.
remember once I actually intentionally sat in the Discord, like when he first made it, I intentionally sat in it, awaiting him, just for him to then DM call me. And
Yeah.
me to sit there being like, well, I guess this is what we're doing then.
There was a reason, in all fairness. Back then, it was because we didn't have a system to do what we're doing now with the chats being monitored properly.
Yeah.
It was very different back then, but now we're able to do this and it's causing no issues. It's like, yeah, I can work with this. This is fantastic. So, yeah, it was very different back then. But yeah, that's pretty much what went on there. So I suppose we should probably get moving on what we've got here. The
Well, I
new.
think one
Oh
last
yeah,
thing about the Discord there, you
go for it.
should remind everyone that we will leave a link in the
Yes,
description, provided Roy
there
can remember to do so.
there is now officially. I added it last week into every episode, and I'm continuing to do so. There will constantly be the link to our Discord in the description if you'd like to interact as part of the community. It'd be
Yeah.
great to see you
It,
all on there, discuss
it'll also
topics.
just make it an easier way for any suggestions or anything you guys want us to overview. I haven't fully had a look through what there is and isn't in the
I didn't
channel.
think you would have.
There's a lot there, man. But
Yeah,
I'm sure there's plenty of areas to leave like any screenshots or clips of anything you want us to discuss.
there is. I created a topics channel just for all that, media
I had
channel
a
for any
suspicion.
pictures. There is also a system in place that will allow you to track YouTube, podcast audio uploads,
That
streaming
is one
uploads
that I
from
did
both of us,
catch.
and TikTok uploads.
Yep.
The TikTok and streaming are sent to everyone. The audio and YouTube, you get a basically like a quick rundown when you first join, and that will assign you to either the YouTube or the audio, depending on which one you're more preference to.
So it's essentially like marking your roles sort
Yes,
of scenario.
exactly that.
Yeah, I've
And
seen
if
a
you
lot of
want to be
servers
added
have
to
stuff like
both,
that.
just ask. I'll gladly assign you. Take me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to since last week. To be honest, it's been a fun week. So
Yeah.
let's get into Unity, shall we?
Oh dear.
If people don't know, Unity fucked up badly. Me and Will were just briefly discussing this before we started. This is a friend of mine on Twitter. I thought I'd use her post as a prime example. This is the original post. It has since been taken down. They tried to sort of prevent the burning of their brand. It didn't work. They
That's
deleted it and
not.
changed it.
After what they've done and everything that's happened, I think that's going to be a permanent stain.
Yeah, it is. Unity is probably dead in the water now. So,
Crazy to think about, to be honest.
it is. This is basically what they're saying. Oh no, this is the older one, sorry. May as well just go straight over to that then. Here we are. We want to acknowledge the confusion and frustration we have heard after we announced our new runtime fee policy. We'd like to clarify some of your top questions and concerns. Who is impacted by this price increase? The price increase is very targeted. In fact, more than 90% of our customers will not be affected by this change. Now, I'm going to just quickly skip down because this bit isn't really that important. What is how they manage their new fees and what is impacted. So basically, they manage the fee on new installs only.
Oh, so it's not like re-downloads.
Yeah, re-downloads don't count. It's your first time install.
In fairness, that makes sense
It does.
because think of the things that would happen if like people were just like people who don't like a developer. So say actually I can this is a perfect example. Say we go to Hogwarts Legacy and all the
Yeah,
controversy that was around that. The haters could sit and just permanently like re-download the game, uninstall it, download it again, uninstall, so on and so forth. You get where I'm going with that,
yeah,
and
I,
that could cost the developers an absurd amount of money.
yeah. I am
So I get
sure they're very
that
happy
makes,
they're not on Unity.
but yeah, but that general idea,
Yeah,
like all it
basically.
takes is for people who don't like a game or a developer for whatever reason, really. Doesn't
Yeah,
have to be anything specific.
there is an
That could
issue with this, and I will state it after we've gone through this bit, but let's just say there's a massive hole that is going to cause a lot of issues.
I mean, the subject in itself is going to cause a lot of issues.
Oh, guaranteed, but this just made it worse. How we define and count installs. Assuming the installs and revenue thresholds are met, we will only count net new installs on any device starting January the 1st, 2024. Additionally, developers are not responsible for paying a runtime fee on reinstall charges, fraudulent install charges, trials, partial play demos and automation installs, DevOps, web and streaming games, and charity related installs. Now, big issue with that. I don't know if you know this, Will, but if you change your motherboard of your computer, you are technically playing our new device.
Yeah, because kind of the brains of the PC.
Yeah. That's going to cause some issues.
Well, but
But,
the way things are working as well in the gaming industry and how there's like, so many new releases happening so often.
oh yeah.
That the people those that can afford it. I would say probably change their motherboards and their other parts of their computers quite often.
Yeah. There was a question, though, that was asked, and I don't see it here, so I'm just going to repeat it from memory. Someone asked, and how are you going to track new installs? Are you adding some sort of tracking software to my PC that you've not told me about? Very fair
That's a
question.
really good question, actually.
Because why should users be tracked via software that is in their PC at that point through the game that they've downloaded? They've downloaded a game. They have not given Unity the right to track what their system is doing.
Yeah.
That is very wrong. The other issue, and this is what I said I was going to mention at the end, Game Pass developers. They're not getting the full sale of a game, but they'll still have it classify as part of their installs. And how many people have got like full development cycles with Xbox? And now all of a sudden they're going to get screwed over because they can't back out the deal with Xbox, and it's too late to change engine last minute before release. And Unity have basically gone, yeah, fuck you. Pay us.
Are they thinking and doing all this?
You what, sorry?
What on earth are they thinking on doing all this?
Exactly. And that is what everyone wonders. What the fuck was they thinking? What were they planning? Because, rightly so, they have basically killed Unity in the market. Just gonna pull this up.
Like, devs aren't gonna want to be charged, and they're just gonna switch engine.
Yeah.
Like, they're just gonna say, well, you know what, then fuck you, go burn in the ground. We're gonna go use someone else.
Just to like state what happened. The original announcement was made on September 12th. Donk.
So only
Their
a couple
share
of days ago.
price dropped $2. Then they made their second announcement. Donk. It's not a tremendous amount of money, like, but yeah,
per share though.
Yeah, per share.
Like that is a substantial amount of money if you think about the company they are and how many shares there are
Oh
going
yeah,
to be.
but they are
That's a
averaging
substantial amount.
still higher than what they were earlier in the month. Like overall,
So
they're not
basically,
doing horrifically.
they've had a good year, and they've just went and thrown it all away by doing what they're doing now.
Yeah, it's going to cause a lot of problems, and a lot of people have said quite rightly, most game devs are not going to bother with this. I mean, even Opera GX bloody jumped on the bandwagon.
Well, of course, I'm sure that one person who's managing the Twitter account, I'm sure he had a field day.
He did. Thank you for not taking revenue from charity games. Frog of Shame. If the Frog of Shame gets more likes than the original tweet, then your tweet really sucks. 20.5 thousand in comparison to 3,297.
Wow.
Yeah, I just thought I'd point that out because I knew it was in there.
That guy has way too much fun in life. It's not
He
fair. He needs to
does.
share. He needs to share with the rest of us.
I know, right? Just like donate some of like your serotonin. Come on, make us less depressed.
Damn, bro.
Ugh. But
That's
yeah,
tough.
it's gonna be a shit situation for a lot of developers. All we can say is any of them that need that extra push or need that extra time, it needs to be given now. People are going to be struggling, especially developers. That this has come last second, no hint of it before, and they didn't even email the developers individual or anyone in their shareholder letter. No, this will have been decided, posted out on Twitter. No one will have received an email until it got released by them as well, which is fucking horrendous.
Crazy, man. I
But
think it's definitely fair to say it's not going to end well for them. Something,
no,
something will have to change.
not at all. This this guy here, I think, says it fantastic. Actually, just check. Sorry, talent manager, Opera GX official, Opera GX. Oh right, that explains
Oh,
it.
the
That
title
explains so
again.
much. This guy, this person, I agree with quite a bit. And how are developers supposed to trust you now, when you're now backtracking every single aspect of this one by one? The attached image is your forum post from yesterday, which is now updated. You are aware that this is a horrible. You are aware that this is horrible, but not aware enough to backtrack all of it at once. Not that it'd change anything at this point. Having to go case by case for pirated installs is just insane. You're either planning to hire an insane amount of people to handle this, or you're gonna have to talk to some AI chatbot. You're just complicating this for your own benefit. This affecting only 10% does not mean anything either. Unity was done the moment you announced this. There is no trusting Unity anymore. There is no saving face. This is just terrible, especially for the developers who've been working on their game for for too long, to switch engines right now without risking everything. And honestly, they are spot on. They are completely spot on.
I can actually even existing games are screwed. If you look at Rust,
Yeah,
there's been a lot on TikTok I've seen about Rust. With downloads going to be costing them a lot.
I can believe it.
If you think about all the amount of new accounts that cheaters constantly buy,
Yeah,
to continue cheating on the game, and they're then fresh installing the game on a different account, it's probably not going to register that it's the same device.
no,
It's going to
exactly.
cost them again. So, as if cheaters on a game were bad enough, they're now actually going to be costing the developers money as well.
Well, this is the other thing. You know how we're so used to over time games going down in price. With
Yeah,
Unity games, it's going to be a case of they're going to start going up in fucking price.
yeah, because it's going to start costing them.
Yeah, because usually over time your price goes down. With Unity though, over
Unless
time,
you're
if
Call of Duty.
yeah, but with Unity, over time they're going to have to up the price because if they hit their margins, they need to up the price so that they're able to get their sales to match rather than what they're losing due to Unity. It's that, or once it's hit its peak, you just fucking close the game down.
That's true.
And that's an equally awful idea.
That's even worse, to be honest.
It's basically a live service model for hosting a game, which even Steam only fucking charge you to get it onto the store. After that, they'll take from your fucking sale from get go and send you what you are owed out of it. Everyone's in agreement for that. No one expects that shit from an engine when people just buy a license every year. I've bought a license, I've made the game, I post the game. That's Unity done. You should not be fucking with their sales. Plain and simple.
See, the worst part about this as well, if this doesn't change, like, how far would they be willing to take this?
That's the
Like, are you
question.
gonna have to? Is every update they push? Are they gonna get charged for every player that then updates the game to that version?
Exactly.
Like, how ridiculous are they gonna stretch this out?
Yeah, it's honestly going to be fucking crazy. And all we can do is sit and wait. Either Unity are going to fucking buckle under the pressure, or a lot of developers are moving away from it very soon. But yeah, Unity fucked up badly, and it's more deserved on them than anything else. But we shall move on. So that we don't get so fucking angry that we start spitting flames. So, even though I'm going straight into another issue, here we are.
No, lovely.
The Baldur's Gate team, as we know, they've produced an absolute masterpiece of a game this year. People are fucking loving it, to be brutally honest, and it's well deserved. They fired back someone who's quite big on Twitter, or X, if you want to call it that. A guy called Grums posted the difference that passion makes. AAA does not respect gamers' time. Now, he shared Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield side by side. One of the Baldur's Gate 3 devs responded, "This is really disingenuous. A really disingenuous oversimplification, man. It's not true or right to suggest that the average developer at Bethesda lacks passion. You can respect those folks while disliking the game, but you can't say they didn't care." That's coming from another developer at a completely different studio. Why is it that he's able to understand quite simply the feelings of those developers, but someone on the internet isn't? Simple. He lives the same fucking life. Might not be the same studio, but he knows what the fuck they feel like. It's just so fucking mental, though. To go, yeah, they don't care about us. Well, they clearly did, because they spent 25 fucking years on this game. If they didn't care, it would have been uploaded and turned into a mess like Fallout 76.
Oh God.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I wanted to point that out because I thought that was a really nice situation to see.
Yeah.
Shitty, but nice at the same time.
At the end of the day, though, other developers are the only, quite possibly the only ones that can understand what other developers again
Yeah,
have went through,
100%.
especially when it comes to like such a large game. Like there, Starfield is 125 gigs worth of game.
Yeah, it is massive.
When you look at a file that size, you can't even begin to expect it to be perfect by any means.
Oh no, especially when it's Bethesda. And everyone knows Bethesda jank is guaranteed.
I mean, it's got its own special place in my heart, though. Bethesda jank, if
Oh,
that's what
hasn't
we're
it
gonna
just?
call, if that's what we're gonna call it.
It's what I've been calling it for many years, mate.
Oh dear.
Bethesda jank. Trademarked. But yeah, I just thought of all companies, it's good to see another company coming out and backing them in regards to this.
Yeah.
So let's move on, shall we?
That's it. Hello.
Hello.
You went quiet all of a sudden.
You don't expect me to be quiet, is that it?
No, it's you. That's coming from me.
Ouch. And see, you're the talkative one, and I'm the antisocial one. What the fuck is this?
We're very antisocial with those stairs.
Oh dear. We'll tell that story one day. I'm sure.
I think we've already told it like 17 times.
Oh yeah, just not online.
That's fair.
So, Bethesda have announced an update for Starfield already. Now, they did their first hotfix, but I'll read through this so people know what to expect. First, an enormous thank you to all of you playing Starfield and your support. We are absolutely blown away by the response and all you love about the game. We're also reading all your great feedback on what you'd like to see improved or added to the game. This is a game we'll be supporting for years and years to come, so please keep all the feedback coming. Even if we don't get to your request immediately, we'd love to do it in the future. Like city maps, or our priority is making sure any top blocker bugs or stability issues are addressed and adding quality of life features that many are asking for. The first update is a small hotfix targeted to a few top issues that we are seeing. After that, expect a regular interval of updates that have top community requested features, including brightness and contrast controls, HDR calibration menu, FOV slider, I know Panda will be happy. NVIDIA DLSS options, which is what everyone wanted. 32.
I've just had a thought to it, by the way.
Go on.
I feel like they're gonna end up implementing a lot of the mods that come out on Nexus.
They probably will, but these are
And
primarily
from the
PC things
signs,
at the moment.
yeah, well, from the signs of it, they've already implemented quite a lot from what we've seen straight away uploaded on Nexus, you know?
Yeah, I mean these aren't out yet, but they are going to be. This is what they're
Yeah.
next working on. But they're adding ultra wide monitor support and an eat button for food, and they're also working closely with NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel.
Hang on. You said eat button for food.
Yeah, I know, right?
Man, we're really getting high up in the world of gaming.
Aren't we just? I mean, they have a dedicated heal button, which is 0 for some fucking reason.
Strange.
Yeah, it baffled me too.
It's literally the opposite end of the keyboard, but okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what freak is. See, once you get to like H, if you go past H and you use those as keybinds, what are you doing? Who are you?
I'm Dave.
Listen, I didn't ask you. I asked the people.
Oh, okay. I see the confusion here. But yeah, they're working with the major companies for PC on driver support, and each update will include a new stability and performance improvements. Additionally, they are working on their built-in mod support creations that will work across all platforms, similar to what they've done with Skyrim and Fallout 4. This full support is planned to launch early next year. Until then, they know that the PC community is already very active in the modding space, and if you have any feedback on how they can make this better, please let them know.
In no way they're gonna try and play it off like they didn't know it was gonna happen.
No, this literally next part, mate. Modding and creating in our games will always be a vital and important part of who we are, and we love seeing the community get off to such a strong start. Keep the feedback coming, we really do read it all, and thank you all again for taking this journey with us, Bethesda Game Studios. Which I thought was a really nice little message to put out there.
It is like crazy when you look at everything.
Oh yeah. But I do actually have something else, but I can't show you the clip because it was someone's TikTok, and I'm just going off memory here. Someone came across a glitch in Starfield. But it's a glitch that means it's ready to be added, and either Bethesda's going to do it as a DLC or an update, or someone's going to make a full mod about it. But someone was able to accidentally purchase because of a glitch a space station.
Oh damn!
And he was able to customize the space station. Couldn't fly it because once again it was a glitch, but he could do all that.
Yeah, so it's not fully made, but it's like ready and waiting.
Yeah.
Just needing like probably some final touches.
What I will admit, though, which was fucking hilarious, it turned out to be the space station for the main bandit crew. So he basically just evicted the bandits.
I mean, between that and they could just be using that as like the starting model.
Oh, yeah. But if that happens, or someone goes, we can make this as a mod, or Bethesda goes, we can do this as a DLC or an update, why not? That'd
So
be amazing.
how much are we betting that they planned this to happen and someone would eventually find this glitch to inspire the modders to do all the work for them?
You know what? We'll just pay you some money. We'll bring you into the company.
No, no,
You
no.
can.
This'll have them do it for free, man.
True. But
They
what
knew
the
the
reason I say
modders were
they'll
gonna
bring
go
them on,
crazy.
the reason I said they'll probably bring them on, that way they can charge for the rights to it. It's Bethesda. Come on. But no, a lot of respect to Bethesda on that one, and I do hope to see much more from this game in the future. It's quite enjoyable so far. I'm having a hell of a time with it, I've got to admit. But yeah, moving on. Payday 3. What a day. Heisters. What?
Payday.
Yeah,
Bad
Payday. Yeah, exactly, that day. Looking
Yeah.
forward to Payday.
Yeah, it's him, bro.
Heisters, we know you all want to know exactly when you can get into the action with Payday 3. So we made this world map to show you when access is available for several time zones and regions. Who's booked the time off to play? I've not, but with all going on, I could probably manage it. Right. So for me and Will, it would be we can play early on the 18th of September, or the launch date is the 21st of September at 4 o'clock BST. Which ain't too bad. Basically, I'm not going to go through and read each one out, but just feel free to pause the video here and take a look. Or you can find I'll
Put a
actually add it to the
screenshot
description.
into the Discords.
Yeah, I'll do that actually now. Just so people can see. But we do utilize this.
Basically, just gonna force him to use it.
Yeah, that's what you got.
At every opportunity. I'm just gonna, you know, Roy, we have a Discord for that.
I'll add it to the research chat because basically, what I've done with the research chat, just to let you know this, give you a bit of information regarding it actually. The Discord chat's there, and it works, but what it does is basically the research chat is going to be used in a way that me and Will can post into it, and people can see what we post. So it'll give sort of indications of what we might be discussing that week if we want to throw some research in there. Just like little hints.
Little Easter eggs.
Yeah, but you'll also be able to find past discussions in there. So do feel free to check that out. And if you have anything that we find interesting in the other charts, we'll basically just put it into the research chat as well. So you might acknowledge it, and you might get tagged in there saying thank you. So thank you for that. Right. That is going to be the release times, though, and dates. Final thing I have to actually talk about as topic-wise. Denuvo, the DRM, is no longer in Payday 3. They've removed it. Which is ironic, because a lot of people thought that during the beta that the reason the game was running so horrendously at times was because of the DRM. It seems that people might have been right. This got posted literally yesterday, just last night.
God, man.
So yeah, they've got rid of him entirely. So piracy's easier, yeah, but a lot more people have respect for developers who removed Denuvo. So yeah, I'm very intrigued in regards to that, to be honest. But those are the major topics I had. So I can switch back now.
Really? That felt a lot faster than what it should have been.
Mate, it really is. That's about half an hour. Yeah, 35 minutes. That were. So, you know how the other weeks I was working on basically just random topics that I could think of that would be interesting for us to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, we've been looking into stuff for quite a few weeks. Many different topics are out there. And I thought I'd pull up kind of a common one. We all know what our opinions are on EA. All they care about is money. Like, everyone knows that at this point. They've got a big
I
issue.
don't like EA whatsoever.
No, neither do I. But, and this might sound stereotypical, but there are many, many people out there who I'm sure will agree that their girlfriends or partners absolutely love the Sims games. Yeah, Will just seems very quiet.
My mic's like working fine, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm like just permanently paranoid that it's not going to work properly, man.
It's okay. It seems to be working fine, honestly.
I hope so.
So, The Sims 4 went free to play a couple of months ago. Now, everyone knows you can have the base games for your Sims, usually that costs you about 40 quid. But then it's the DLCs that really make the fucking difference to the game. DLCs, which, might I add, if you were to purchase every single one, would bring you to the large price of £710.14. And that's
On earth are they
discounted.
adding as DLC, man? It's The Sims.
Yeah. And most of the
Earth.
DLC does something. But then you have certain bits where it's like, oh yeah, these just add a few more like little things that you can put in your house.
Right,
But then
so
you got
it's
other ones
like
where it's like,
most games where they add DLC for the sake of adding something that people have
yeah,
to pay for.
they put it up to a vote. I swear this vote was fucking rigged. Let's see if we can find it. They did a DLC dedicated on laundry.
What?
Seriously.
Bro, people don't want to do laundry in real life. Why are they going to want to do it in The Sims?
I don't know. There were 4 options, and for some reason that one won. Laundry day, that's it. Like, um, why?
There was weapon racks added to Rust.
Alright,
It gives you 4 variants of weapon racks. Basically, I'm guessing they just mount on in different ways, like different orientations.
okay.
Sure, cool idea. I can mount my weapons on a wall. But otherwise, completely and utterly useless.
Yeah,
Do you
pretty
want to take
much.
a wild guess at how much it costs to get this DLC?
£3.
£8.
What?
£8 to get a weapon rack that you can mount on the wall.
£8 to show off. Yeah, sounds like Rust.
I, bruh.
But the reason I was bringing this up is because there are many games out there, well, very similar to this, that basically charge a small fortune to be able to play the full game. And I don't really see that as right, to be honest.
Realistically, is that not? Maybe
Oh,
that's like in a bigger scale, but is
this
that
is
not
on
what most games
discounted
are
price,
like?
by the way.
Is that not what most games are like these days, though?
There's
You're
quite a
you're
few.
you're paying you're paying a price for only half a game because you then have to pay more for a DLC to get like chapter 2 of a game or
Mm.
something similar to that, you know?
See, I quite liked how Skyrim did it. There were different stories attached on that you could go and do, but they
Yeah, but
weren't
we're
anything
talking we're
vital.
talking 10 years ago
Yeah,
for that sort of idea.
but nowadays you will find games where you have to pay for the DLC, and that DLC will finish off the story,
Yeah,
finish
it's
off the
finishing a
main
story.
campaign, and that's just so dumb.
It's a joke. Like these days, when with probably at least 90% of games, you're probably not even paying for the full game.
100%.
You end up having to pay more.
See, there's a game I've got in mind. I just cannot for the life of me remember which one it was.
I mean, there's a lot of them.
Oh, yeah, there is. But there was one in particular. I cannot recall. I know MMORPGs do it quite a lot.
I mean,
But,
there's no more one brand anymore that does it. It's almost everyone.
hmm.
I'm pretty sure Call of Duty games do it all the time now.
There was something else I wanted to bring up. I knew there was. Steam's 20th anniversary.
Oh shit!
Steam has turned 20 years old. Let me see if I can find it.
It can almost legally drink in any country, dude.
I know, right? That was the
One
only
more
reason
year,
I was excited to be 21, you know? That
bro.
was it. That was my
You
entire reason.
drink. You can literally have a drink when you're 17, where we live. Like, what are you on about?
16. You
16,
can have
17,
a glass of wine with a
with a
meal
meal.
with
Yeah.
parent consent,
Yep.
but 18 to actually drink at a pub. Steam 20. Where is it? Should be able to find it realistically. Let me see if it's on here. Nope. It was on for a couple days, but I can't seem to find it now. Which is gutting because it was really cool. Come on. Windows 11's been a bit finicky past couple of days.
And seeing as we're on the topic of Steam,
Go for it.
I think we need to give it a bit of appreciation for what they do.
There it is. Have you actually been down this, by the way?
No, I've not. I
There's
saw it.
so many memes.
Oh god.
I mean, come on, Nyan GLaDOS, headcat keyboard player rather than the cat keyboard player, Gangnam Style. There's fucking all sorts. Press F to pay respects. I'm Sad Wheatley played Despacito. Shell's
Jesus.
first words ever. But I thought I'd just show you this because it is impressive. They launched on the 12th of September 2003. So we are older than Steam, which is kind of sad to say. 2003, MySpace launches. Arnold Schwarzenegger becomes governor of California, and In the Club is the number one song. Like, what the hell? In March 2004, Counter-Strike Condition Zero is the first game we launch on Steam, and Half-Life 2 has its big debut on November 16th. These are the games released. 2005, Valve launches Day of Defeat Source, and just a few weeks later, Ragdoll Kung Fu is the first third-party game distributed on Steam. So that was the first game ever to go onto Steam that wasn't Valve. Which is mental. These are just like a few of the top games that came out that year. 2006, Half-Life 2 Episode 1 released. DEFCON Episode 1, Red Orchestra, Call of Duty 2. Gary's Mod. Wait, Gary's Mod released in 2006? Jesus Christ.
Feel old yet, Roy?
I do. Portal 1, Team Fortress 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 2, and The Orange Box released in 2007. Team Fortress 2 was the reason I downloaded Steam originally. Hitman Blood Money released in 2007. That was one of my favourite games, as was Bioshock 1. And the first Call of Duty Modern Warfare released at the same time. Which is mental.
You're just mentioning like a great gaming era right now.
Yeah.
Like you would not see anything like any of that anymore.
Yeah, I've just actually had it pointed out to me that Claire Hummel, Schumler Hummel, that's a weird name, was the artist who actually did all the design for the 20th celebration. So just a bit of a shout out to them.
Troopers,
November
man.
November 2008 marks the release of the first Left 4 Dead.
Damn, okay, that's a
Also,
long time ago.
in 2008, we introduced Steamworks, that allowed us to actually push what we want on Steam and what we don't.
Hmm.
Steam Cloud arrives this year as well. Fallout 3 released that year. Stalker Clear Sky, Crisis Warhead, Call of Duty World at War. What a game.
My
Far Cry
first Call
2,
of Duty.
same. And Grand Theft Auto 4. 2009, Left 4 Dead 2 came out. Alright, so they could release a game within a year, could they?
Tuh.
He's on a boat. Warhammer 40k, Dawn of War 2, Left 4 Dead 2, great game. Modern Warfare 2, great game. Fear 2, Borderlands 1, Dragon Age Origins, what a game. Killing Floor as well, good game. 2010, Steam finally added macOS support. I can't fault them because it's still barely supported nowadays. They also added the Steam Wallet, and the TF2 in-game store came out in 2010 as well. Also in 2010, Apple launches the iPad, Instagram debuts, and Lady Gaga wears a dress made entirely out of meat. It was a weird year. Top games released in 2010. Bad Company 2, Fallout New Vegas, Mafia 2, Modern Warfare 2, Just Cause 2, Bioshock 2, Mass Effect 2.
My god.
Medal of Honor, Civilization 5, and Black
Medal of
Ops.
Honor, man. That was like the original Call of Duty.
This was like the full... This was a good year. I don't care what most people say. It was a good year. Portal 2 released in April of 2011. And the Steam Workshop became a thing.
Steam Workshop is one of the best additions ever.
Oh yeah, 100%.
The things that came out of that, man, is absolutely unreal. It's
Oh,
basically
guaranteed.
Nexus mods for Steam.
Mm. They didn't have the same tools, but damn, they had some good stuff.
No, definitely not. Like Nexus is probably far better,
Oh yeah.
but like people still do some absolutely crazy things on the Steam Workshop.
If anyone owns RimWorld, I highly recommend checking out the Steam Workshop. Fucking amazing. Top games released in 2011. Magical 1, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Portal 2, another 40k game, Total War Shogun 2, Terraria, Rift, and The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
Oh, what a game.
2012, Counter-Strike Global Offensive released officially. They introduced Steam Greenlight, which streamlined how titles came out, and got phased out with Steam Direct by 2017. Steam Community and Steam Community Market both came in beta in 2012, and Steam Big Picture mode gave players a way to pair their PC with a TV. I forgot to put myself on Do Not Disturb mode today. I'll do that. I'll remember next time. Top games released in 2012. Torchlight 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, The Walking Dead Telltale game, Borderlands 2, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Max Payne 3, Dishonored, Far Cry 3, and XCOM Enemy Unknown. Far Cry 3 was what a fucking game. 2013, Dota 2 officially releases, and now I'm ignoring that. Top games, though, released in 2013, I'm happy to talk about. Arma 3, what a fucking game. Age of Empires 2.
That has led to like so many branches of games.
Oh, it has. I mean, DayZ.
Yeah.
That's why Arma 2 came. Arma 2 pushed for that.
Rust also came from it. Like I'm pretty
Player
sure
and Battlegrounds.
Pretty sure like a lot of titles came from Arma.
Oh, they did. All great games though. The Arma games, fucking love them. So Arma 3, Age of Empires 2, Saints Row 4 re-elected. Well, it's actually just original Saints Row 4, but re-elected now. Total Realm 2, Call of Duty Ghosts. I enjoyed the campaign to that. I don't care what anyone says.
I don't care what anyone says. Call of Duty Ghosts was really fun. The problem with the game was they got next gen thrown at them
Yeah,
way through, and it absolutely annihilated development.
I agree with that.
But I tell you now, if I could go on that game and I was able to drop nukes on that game on mobile hotspot ping, then y'all just have a skill issue.
Payday
Oh no,
2.
it was hella fun, man.
What a game. I mean, you've heard us talking about Payday 3. Obviously, we were fans of Payday
Right,
2.
I have to, I have to give you some bad news.
What?
I was talking with a friend the other day,
Mm.
and me and him had played quite a bit of Pay 2 together as well. Once I finally got around to properly playing it,
Mm-hmm.
and we're not really hyped for Payday 3, man.
I'm sad.
I
I'm
don't
so
know.
very sad.
I don't think I'll be looking into it too much. It's awesome to hear it coming out, but I'm not stoked by any means. I
No,
thought I
but
should just let you know.
guaranteed, I know for a fact with you, you'll pick it up when it's cheap and you'll sink about 120 hours into it.
You're probably not wrong.
Yeah.
Um, it'll definitely be when the hype has long since died down.
Yeah, and then I'll get about 40 messages. Rory, jump on, Payday 3 now! Okay.
You'll I'll not even have to do anything if that happens because you'll just speed run through everything by that point. I'll still be like grabbing one little necklace at the start of the level. You'll already be at the end with like 20 bags deposited in the van.
Just sat there. Where were you? Waiting.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's how it works. Daisy, as we discussed earlier, came from Arma 2. Still being developed in full, that one, to be honest. Kerbal Space
I
Program, that was
It's gonna
beloved.
be a long time since Daisy stops getting like updated.
True, sadly.
I feel like they're always doing something with it.
Oh, they are. Dota 2 release, and finally, my favourite free-to-play game, Warframe. Because honestly, the shit that development team does to say it's a free-to-play game is mental. Also, need to add, any content that they add afterwards, any DLC, any updates, whatever, none of it's paid. You can do everything without paying a penny. People can rush it to get to the content by basically just paying platinum, which is premium currency. But you can also trade people for platinum to get the premium currency. So you don't actually have to spend a penny to get platinum. Which is what I quite like about it.
To be
Anyway,
honest, I think one of the most impressive things in the gaming industry is when a group of people make a free to play game and they make it so well that it can stay free to play and they still make money off of it.
yeah, they're making a fucking fortune. They have got, for the last 3-4 updates, they have had dedicated artists singing brand new songs for the intro and for the trailers.
Damn, that's cool.
Honestly, and you see it as you first get to these locations. It's a phenomenal opening. Steam 2014. The Discovery queue was added. And
I
we've
hate the
never
Discovery
used
key.
it.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
It really could do with updating. 2014, what a time though. South Park Stick of Truth, Shadow Mordor, Far Cry 4, Watch Dogs 1. Don't care what anyone says, I still enjoyed that game. Bethesda, the pre-sequel. You are, sir. The one most people enjoyed was Dark Souls 2, and I missed it off that list because I'm not a Dark Souls fan.
I've never played Dark Souls, so I never will.
Exactly.
You know exactly why I never will.
Yeah. Because your controller or PC or keyboard or everything would be in pieces on the ground.
Including me.
Yeah, true. Steam refunds was being trialed in 2015, so no one could get a refund before this point.
Damn.
I'm joking. It basically just streamlined the process, made it a lot quicker and easier. Anyways. Oh yeah, fucking hell. Is the dress blue or gold happened in 2015 as well?
No, crap.
Yeah. That blew up social media for its time. 2015, Ark Survival Evolved release. Grand Theft Auto released for the however many time.
Yeah.
Fallout 4 released. Killing Floor 2. Rocket League. Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. And Elite Dangerous.
I don't understand how people can play Rocket League for the amount of time that they have.
I play it sometimes.
It's just, it's like FIFA. It's same shit happens all the time.
I'd agree, except I can't blow people up in FIFA. It'd make it
True.
a lot more interesting if I could.
I mean, have you seen the fucking bugs that come from that game?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you can send them to the atmosphere.
2016, the first annual Steam Awards happened. And they released the HTC Vive headset, as well as the lab minigame.
Absolutely yoinked something off of someone. That's
Of
hilarious. Get fucked.
Dead by Daylight released in 2016. Civ 6 released. No Man's Sky released before it got tremendously better. Dark Souls 3. Stardew Valley, the insane person who...
Oh my god.
I'll never get him. Released in 2016. Rise of the Tomb Raider
What a
released.
game, though, man.
Hearts of
What a
Iron
game.
4. Oh, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
You love calling the guy a psychopath, but what a game.
He just doesn't like money, that's the thing. And I fucking respect him so much for it, that's the thing.
I would say he probably loves money, but he probably has such an absurd amount of it that he's not gonna like continuously charge for all the extra stuff that he's always adding. He probably has enough money to do 5 generations.
True. 2017, we replaced Steam Greenlight with Steam Direct. And Nintendo Switch and Fortnite released that year.
Fortnite.
Don't worry, at this time it was the single player Fortnite.
Single player Fortnite? What? Oh, like their story mode thing.
Yeah, their story mode that they got rid of in like about 6 months.
No, it's still there. It's really
Can't
bad.
find it.
It's the PvE for Fortnite.
Is that the re-added version?
I'm guessing. I'm actually not certain, to be honest. Now that you're making me question, I'm not really sure anymore.
We'll have a look into it next week.
Yeah.
Cuphead released. Assassin's Creed Origins. The downfall of Assassin's Creed started there.
The rage that came from Cuphead, man.
I've heard. Nier Automata
crazy.
Released, which is apparently absolutely beloved. PUBG released. Call of Duty World War II. I enjoyed the multiplayer for that. The campaign wasn't too bad, I guess. Middle-earth Shadow of War. Never actually completed that one. Really do need to get around to it. Scum in 2018, because basically what happened in 2018 was they actually managed to get Steam Chat on Linux. That was it. Scum released in 2018. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Let down. Monster Hunter World. Frostpunk.
Just gonna throw that in there, are you, Rory?
Yep. Not even addressing it. Hunt Showdown, which is actually quite good. It's an extraction shooter, but it's enjoyable. Jurassic World Evolution. Final Fantasy 15 Windows Edition. Raft. I've heard that's kind of letting people down over the years, especially after I saw Will's review on it.
Yep.
An Artifact.
What?
Artifact, whatever the fuck Artifact is. A card battler deck.
I had a review on it? What are you on about?
On Raft.
I don't think so. There was one I watched called
That's
Inscription.
not Raft.
There's a card game called Inscription that was really cool.
No, I was thinking you had a review for Raft.
Oh, Raft!
Yes, Raft.
Rap's a good game, man. It's fun.
Yeah, but I remember you, if I remember correctly, you put a review up about bitching about the co-op not working properly.
Oh no, that's Shaun the Deep.
Oh, Stranded Deep, close enough.
The,
Both
the
very
co-op
similar.
is the co-op is absolutely fucked in it, man.
Not
It's
surprised.
so sad to see because it's like I really enjoy Shaun the Deep, but the problem is it's like really grindy.
Yeah.
I get like to go and fight the bosses because you literally have one weapon that you can use to fight the bosses, unless you're gonna sit
All right.
fucking diving in the ocean with a spear the whole time. That's just effort.
2019. Steam introduces several features. Remote play together, which we still use nowadays.
It's actually really good, especially for
Hmm.
games that like are local online only. It works really well for those.
Oh yeah, it's definitely better than it used to be.
Yeah, it's getting there, sort
Um,
of.
we released the mobile app for Steam Chat as well. Update the Steam library, and in December we host our very first Steam Next Fest, initially called the Steam Game Festival, co-hosted by Geoff Niley, with the Game Awards. He still does that show, you know. Steam Labs released that year as well. Top release games: Remnant from the Ashes, Mordau, Planet Zoo, Destiny 2, Risk of Rain 2, Code Vein, Jedi Fallen Order, Halo the Master Chief Collection, and Red Dead Redemption 2.
That honestly, I don't care what people say. That's the storyline of that game destroyed me, man.
Which one?
Red Dead 2.
Oh, same. It was fucking phenomenal, though.
So like, Arthur Morgan is such a cool character, and if you like play him where you try to like be nice, but at the end of the day you're still
Oh,
like a
yeah,
bandit and an outlaw. Like when the storyline comes to an end, it's devastation at its finest.
it is. It's done so well, though. That's the thing. The developers, Rockstar, can make phenomenal
Oh,
games, and I have to
absolutely.
give it to them.
And
They
they can do
really
it
can.
really fucking well too.
Yeah. But as you can also see, they can really drag out a game for no apparent reason, like GTA Online.
Yeah, GTA is so boring, man. It's just the same things all the time.
Top games released in 2020. I forgot that Tiger King happened in 2020. I was happy to forget that. FIFA
Don't even know what it is,
21.
but
Good.
FIFA
Borderlands
sucks.
3. Fall Guys. Crusader Kings 3. Flight Simulator. Mount and Blade. Bannerlord. Phasmophobia. Everyone fucking was into that. The Sims 4. And Sea of Thieves 2023. So what you're telling me is, in less than 3 years, Steam has managed to go from just releasing to charging over £700 for just the DLC. Well done, EA.
Fucking Jesus.
2021. Steam Game Festival gets rebranded as Steam Next Fest. Steam China, which was launched in partnership with Perfect World, so that games could be sold properly in China. The top games of 2021. Naraka Blade Point, Valheim, which everyone fucking loved when that game released. Age of Empires 4, Forza Horizon 5, FIFA 2022, Halo Infinite multiplayer and single player, Resident Evil Village, Forza Horizon 4. Yeah, I did just say 5 as well. Bit weird. Mass Effect Legendary Edition and Battlefield 2042.
The Resident Evil
2022.
games are a really cool concept.
Oh, they were. They're a
They
bit
have
dragged out nowadays.
they're okay. Like they're not bad, but they're not like amazing anymore.
Hmm.
Some of the mechanics are absolutely ridiculous, like pouring some goop to reattach limbs.
Yeah,
But the stories and like the worlds and creatures they create are quite cool.
I fully agree with that. 2022. We give the Steam mobile app a huge makeover this year, which they have, and I've got to admit, works fucking great. Scan a
Yeah,
QR code to log in, same as Discord. Love it.
it's just so much easier to use now.
It is. Plus, they've separated the chat system into its own app. That makes it work a lot better as
I
well.
don't bother with the chat on my phone.
I only had to because I was asked to message a work colleague once. Anyways, We also launched the Steam Deck, which apparently even now is doing phenomenally, and I've got to give it
Yep.
all my support. It's great to see.
I mean, is it literally not just nicknamed the PC on the go?
Pretty much.
Like, how would that not do well, man?
Hmm. They also include released Aperture Desk Job was a spin-off game we
Don't really
made.
understand what the point of that was.
It was basically just to show what the Steam Deck could do.
Fair
Basically,
enough.
get you to understand the controls. But it actually had some major points to the Portal universe that we never knew about.
Yeah.
You literally kill Cave Johnson in it.
Damn why'd you go tell me that, dude? Why'd you go
Honestly,
tell me that, man?
go watch it. It's so good.
I can't believe you just did that to me, man.
Of course I did.
Not Kev Johnson, man.
Top games released in 2022. Spider-Man Remastered, guaranteed. Cult of the Lamb. Star Wars, Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. Gotta say, it was actually really good. They did really well with that.
Man, it's a Lego game. How's it not going to be good?
Because the characters
It's a
can talk.
it's a Lego game.
True, but it was just weird hearing characters talk to you.
Okay, I'll tell. To make talking Lego characters to sound really good.
But what I will say, in the options, you have a choice whether you want the talking or whether you want it to be the mumbling from the old games. Stray released. Call of Duty Modern Warfare released. The brand new one, I do have to add. V Rising. FIFA 23, because everyone cares about that with the mixed reviews. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. And
FIFA's
finally,
a joke, man.
we've caught up. This year isn't quite over, but so far we've released a huge Steam client update, which I think after getting used to is a lot better than what the old Steam version was. Counter-Strike 2 entered into beta and launches soon, and there are now more than 11,000 titles verified or playable on Steam Deck, which is insane.
That's a crazy number.
It is. The top games released so far in 2023 are Starship Troopers Extermination, Hi-Fi Rush. It's a really shitty game, but it seems actually quite fun. Hi-Fi Rush, The Outlast Trials.
I find quick.
Yeah. Starfield, BattleBit Remastered, Age of Wonders.
BattleBit still blows me away.
With it's on discount.
I mean, they really honestly need any more money.
I know, right? Baldur's Gate 3, Kerbal Space Program 2 Early Access.
You know, see why you mentioned Baldur's Gate there?
Yeah.
A colleague of mine in work, he cannot stop talking about how good, like, so there's 3 acts in the game, and he's told me how he just is simply incapable of completing the 3rd act. Because anytime he like gets to starting the 3rd act, he like sits thinking to himself that he wants to change things he's done since he started playing. So he's on his 3rd save at the moment, and essentially his play you would think that his playtime would shorten with each run through. No. His 3rd playtime, he said, has reached 13 hours.
Oh yeah.
When his first playtime was like 5 something hours, his second playthrough was 3 something hours. It's and now crazy, he's at 13 for the 3rd one.
So, Dredge, Sons of the Forest. I'm kind of still disappointed in that, but waiting and seeing.
Yeah,
it's getting better, but I'm waiting.
I see quite a few updates being pushed through for it, but I'm gonna give it a good long while, just give it plenty of time to get to a good stage.
I'm gonna give it like another year and a half, and then I'll be
when we think about it, when we see something really good happen, I think you and I will probably end up going and trying it again.
Oh, guaranteed. F1 23 and Darkest Dungeon 2, which I've heard a lot of good things about, to be honest. Well, that was fun. Thank you for making. Thank you once again for making these past 20 years such a cool ride. Here's to 20 more. Oh, by the way, we've posted some free goodies in the point shop, including the art of our very own Claire Hummel. So you can pick these up.
Cool.
But yeah, I just thought I'd go through that because, to be honest, it's Steam's 20th anniversary. It's big. It's important. I was done. There we go.
It's honestly like a huge, huge milestone.
It is. It is vital to anyone who plays on PC because everyone on PC uses Steam in some shape or form. Whether you love
Essentially,
it,
like,
whether
if you
you
don't
hate
use Steam, then you're not using your PC properly.
it. Exactly. Whether you love or hate Steam, it is always going to be a massive part of what we do. That's just the truth of it. But anyways, that is all we've got for this week. Unless Will's got anything more for us.
I can tell you something funny about Rust.
Go for it.
So this force wipe they were adding an option called global rendering, which
Yeah.
would basically make structures rendering at a much greater distance. Now, obviously, the further they were, the lower quality they were. They'd like slowly up the quality as you got
Yeah.
closer and closer. Um, it got almost instantly disabled
Oh,
when it was released.
that's
So
impressive.
that went well.
So, as a message to Punch developers, please fix your game.
See, the problem is it's such a good idea, and it's like actually a really much needed thing in this game. But yeah, you currently can't use it.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Well, there you have it, people. Feature that you can't use in Rust.
just made me laugh.
Oh, 100%.
Cause cause I was a day late, cause I was away. Force Fight, I was away for a couple of days, so I didn't get back till Friday. And when I got on, I was like wanting to see it. I was like, man, it does not feel like this thing's working. It's because it wasn't. Sort of made me
Yeah, that
laugh.
explains it. But anyways, this is our first episode with the new features. Please feel free to let us know in the description how you think it's gone. Fingers crossed, it's been an enjoyable enough episode for everyone. Unless there's anything else to add, which I can't think of. Yeah. Okay then. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Please feel free to leave a like, follow, subscribe, whatever the options are.
And don't forget the Discord.
Yeah, don't forget the Discord in the description on both the audio platform and YouTube. And pretty much feel free to leave us a comment. Let us know what you think and how things are going. And yeah, we will see you all next time. Bye bye for now.